Good morning, everyone. Happy day. Oh, happy day. I feel like there should be a level. There probably is a level that I don't know about. Welcome to Cooking with Dorothy. I'm clearly not cooking with Dorothy. Well, I'm not Dorothy. I could be cooking with Dorothy. Dorothy is just put Harrison down, so she'll be 2 seconds. And I don't know what she doesn't want me to say. But as you can see, we have a nice array of goodness. Dorothy's gonna make a delicious egg bake. And if I had the computer, I'm gonna grab the computer and I'm gonna tag a bunch of people. But we do have homemade almond milk that she's gonna be using. We should really show you that machine. I should show you that machine while I wanna see how accessible it is. Okay, here's what I can do while she's... So here is, I think this is called, what's this called, Dorothy? Milk, almond milk, or milk cow? Anyway, so this is the machine. I know it's big and bulky. And we do, on our website, we have how to make your own homemade almond milk if you want. We saw this, we're not like really online shoppers at all. But we saw this and we're like, oh my gosh, because we buy plant-based milk all the time, like coconut milk, almond milk, sometimes oat milk. And often they put like carrageenan in there, they put natural flavors in there. It's not 100% clean, but we don't really consume dairy and almost never cow's milk. So we saw this and we're like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. So Jane actually got this, Dorothy's mom actually got this for us for a present, for a Christmas present. But it is so simple. I don't sell these. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just want to show you how simple this is. So this is one piece.
I'm ready now.
Just give me 1 second. Let me finish.
Come on.
So you put the milk. This is the container. You put the milk in here.
Put the water in there. Filtered water.
Wait, you want to finish? Dorothy,
Drew, how many times have you made the almond milk?
I've never made it. But in my defense, Dorothy usually gets like excited about these things and like jumps in with 2 feet and then she gets bored and she's like, meh.
Then Drew takes over.
So I feel like there's a good chance in the near future I'm going to be making the almond milk. But at any rate, so...
You put the filtered water in.
Why don't you tell them about this one?
Oh. Yeah?
Dorothy put this in there, I think. And then she tried to blend it with the thing in there and it didn't work out very well. So this doesn't go in there. So you put the milk in there. You put the almonds or coconut flakes or oats, whatever you want in there.
That's the filter. So you put, like Drew said, your whatever, you can put oats, coconut, almonds.
You just repeating what I said?
Yeah.
Is there an echo in here?
Anyway, continue, Drew.
Then you put this. I'm filling in
Okay,
for
I'm
you.
going to go then. Have fun. See you in a half hour.
Okay, I'm almost done. So then you put this in there. That's it. You put there. You got one container. You put the water. We boil our water. Put boiled water in there, and then we put this container in there with the almonds or whatever you're using, and then this goes on top, and you push the button, and you have almond milk. It is incredible. And then there's the extract that stays in here, and we put that on like yogurt bowls in the morning. That's it. It's amazing. I'm done.
We are loving it. Because we've been making our own, we have been making our own plant-based milk for a long time. But it's not a hard process, but it takes some time because you have to use cheesecloth to, what do you say, like, strain? To strain out the pulp.
Maybe we should tell them how many times you made almond milk.
Remember, I was making the coconut milk all the time at the Pampered Chef blender. Mm-hmm.
You got tired of it?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Okay.
I was doing that at the beach that summer.
When's the last time you made that coconut milk?
The other day in the almond cow.
I'm talking about without the machine.
Okay, let's get to it here this morning. We are making a breakfast casserole. And it's one of our favorites for a weekend breakfast because you can throw it together pretty easily, pretty quickly, pretty easily, and it's delicious, of course. Also one that you can prepare the night before and just throw in the oven in the morning. So if you know that you're running off, I don't know, to kids' sports, or you have an event on the weekend, it's a nice one to prepare. Also a good one that you could prepare to dish up for the week. So you could make a big giant breakfast casserole on a Sunday, and then you have breakfast for the week if you separate into little servings, one person servings. So
there's some people here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
We got Kaylee's in here.
Hey, Kaylee.
My mom.
Good morning.
Debbie.
Good morning, Debbie.
Candy.
Hello.
Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
And Nikki.
Good morning, everyone. So all you need for the breakfast casserole is, I have actually some potatoes pre-cooking in the oven. So you need some potatoes. And then breakfast sausage. So I did cook up last night some breakfast sausage. That's optional. You can make a veggie one if you don't want the breakfast sausage. That's usually what we do. But for the demo, I decided I would add in some breakfast sausage. We choose the turkey or the chicken sausage over pork. It's a little bit easier to digest, a little bit cleaner. And then you need eggs. So 8 eggs for this recipe. I've already cracked them and put them in the bowl right here.
Where's your phone? Any idea?
No. I don't know. You had it last. It's still on the couch over there, Drew.
Oh.
And then you need some cheese. So white cheese. You don't want to be using orange cheese because there is all kinds of dyes in orange cheese. So make sure if you're having cheese, then it's white. Then some onion, some red pepper, some green pepper, and then your spices. So salt, pepper. I'm going to throw in a little oregano today. And you need some milk. So we have our homemade almond milk right here that we're going to use. So you'll pre-cook the sausage so it's not pink. So there's no pink left in it. I did that last night. And then pre-cook your potatoes. Mine are in the oven right now. I'll pull those out in a minute. And then crack your eggs. And chop your veggies.
Can I just say my mouth is watering? I want to eat this now.
Well, it's not cooked yet, Drew. And then I'll assemble it here with you, but super quick prep time. You don't need a ton of fancy ingredients, which we like. We are not like gourmet chefs by any means. We like to cook quick and simple, healthy, of course, but making it easy, fast, simple. So, why don't you? I'm just grabbing a fork here. You're going to add 1 cup of milk into your eggs. So 8 eggs. I've done up to 12 eggs before as well. But 8 seems to be sufficient. But if you have a bigger family, you can add more. So add your milk, 1 cup of milk in there. This milk is so beautiful.
Ask them what kind of milk they drink.
What kind of milk do you guys drink? Our favorite right now is cashew coconut. That's what we've been making in the almond cow. Is cashew, like shredded coconut and then cashews. So good. And then you can add a sweetener if you want as well to your homemade almond milk. You can add a maple syrup and you can add some vanilla in there if you want, but you don't have to, of course.
Does anyone want the recipe for the homemade almond milk? All you need is a blender and cheese ball.
Yeah, if you guys, well, we could all probably do a demo if you guys are interested on how to make your own almond milk. Like Drew said, all you need is a blender and cheesecloth to make your own at home. Don't need the fancy almond cow, it just makes life a lot easier. But we started with the blender and cheesecloth, and then when we knew it was something we wanted to continue, then that's when we looked into a fancy machine to make it. I think we had some questions.
Yes, Sandy jumped in there.
Hey, Sandy.
And Jennifer said mostly almond milk, so yes, a recipe would be great.
Awesome. I feel like we could do a demo of it, Drew.
Sure, we could. Well,
Of the almond milk.
we do have a blog post with a video, but if you want to do a live one, we can do that as well.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to make your own almond milk, and it's not hard at all. Pretty easy. I'm gonna put in some pink Himalayan salt in there, and then some pepper. You can really throw in any spices that you want, and then some oregano. I had dried basil, but I must have used it all. Because I would throw in some basil in there too. But I'm out. I don't have any basil. So throw that in there.
Debbie just posted her spirulina that she picked up this week. You want to mention that real quick?
Oh, if you post your orders, you can be entered into a monthly draw for a prize. So if you're not in our True Form Liquid Mag group, we do a prize draw there every single month. So you can post in that group and get your name into the draw. But you can also post in our FitFam group, your monthly order, and get yourself in again. So you have a chance to get your name into the draw 2 times if you post in the FitFam and then you post in the Liquid Mag group. And then we also have our Complete Truth protein page. So if you post on there as well and do 3 posts, then we'll put your name into the draw 3 times. So we do a monthly draw in there. So if you do order, for example, if you ordered in January, there's a couple days left to get your posts up for January draw. And then February, if you order, we'll do another draw.
And those ones like those newer members that got the welcome package, they could post their orders too.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I've got my eggs all beat up. I'm just gonna throw in my veggies into the egg mix here.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention was the spirulina. Like the spirulina was the featured product this week.
Oh yes. So we did have it on our Tips Tuesday this week. We had spirulina as the featured product for 10% off. The last day to grab your spirulina for 10% off is tomorrow, Monday. And then we'll have another Tips Tuesday on Tuesday. Tuesday night, it'll change. And we'll do another featured product this Tuesday. So, one thing I wanted to mention, a question came in about nutritional yeast. So, who uses nutritional yeast? It could be brand new for some of you, which is fine, doesn't matter. But if you've never used nutritional yeast before, it is a vegan substitute for cheese, actually. So it comes in these little flakes. I don't know if you can see in my jar, but it's not like a yeast like you use for bread. It's much different. So it comes in these little flakes.
That looks like fish food.
Kind of. Don't call it fish food though. It smells really good. And it just adds like a little bit of a cheesy flavor to whatever you're making. So if you didn't want to use dairy cheese, for example, I'm going to put dairy cheese in our breakfast casserole. But if you didn't want to use dairy cheese, you could sprinkle in some nutritional yeast to give it that cheesy flavor. You can also make cheese sauces with nutritional yeast. So you, on the stove, heat up some milk and throw in your nutritional yeast, and you can make a cheese sauce. Very easy to find recipes. Just Google nutritional yeast cheese sauce, and you'll have a ton of recipes pop up.
You have one?
We don't have our own, no, because it's so easy to find nutritional yeast cheese sauce recipes. And then you can use that to put on broccoli, for example, or you could put, we do a really nice nutritionally mac and cheese, for example. So it's just a nice substitute because cheese can be quite heavy and some people have some dairy sensitivities. So nutritionally is nice. Also great on popcorn. So we put Himalayan salt, our MCT oil, and nutritionally on popcorn. And it's delicious. So if you're new to nutritionally, those are some ways that you can use it. You can put it on eggs, stir fries, popcorn. You can try making some cheese sauces as well. Salads, you can sprinkle it on salads as well. Just a nice little flavor. So you could sprinkle it in your breakfast casserole here, but I'm going to use, this is just white cheese. So like I mentioned before, you want to make sure that you are using, if you are consuming cheese, that it's white. You don't want to consume orange cheese because it's full of dyes. I actually had a friend and her family is from, or have a friend, and her family is from Switzerland. And of course, in Europe, they have all kinds of yummy cheeses. And her family came over. She moved to Canada, but a while ago, and she's a teacher actually. And her family came over for the first time, and they were so they didn't understand, why is the cheese orange here. They were so confused. Cheese is white. But I thought that was a funny story there.
So we try to get white organic.
We try to get white organic. Of course, it's a little bit more expensive, so you just adjust. We just use less. We don't eat cheese very often. It's kind of like a special treat now and again.
Okay. This is coconut milk. Yum.
Oh, it's so delicious. Coconut cashew. Cocoa cashew. I'm going to pull out my hash browns from the oven here. So that's all we do for the egg mixture.
Just have some comments. Is this a good time?
Yep.
Nikki says I rarely drink milk, but when I do have it, it's cow's milk. And she says I prefer coconut milk for my smoothies. Jennifer said I use it mostly on popcorn or salads. I think we're talking about nutritional needs now.
Yeah.
My mom says I use it. And Debbie says kale chips, popcorn, and pasta taste great. And Carol jumped in there.
Nice. Hello, Carol. Another thing we like to put nutritional yeast on sometimes is soup. Sometimes we'll just sprinkle it on soup. So these are my hash browns. You can't really see them, but I'll tip them up so you can see them. Whoa, they slid out. They're very slippery. What was I going to say? I just pre-cooked them a little bit before I throw the eggs on top. Got to get these suckers back in there. You did not escape. And then we're going to throw on our turkey sausage. It's pre-cooked, like I cooked it last night. So you just want to make sure that you cook it until there's no more pink in the middle. And then you just pour the eggs on top. So this, I just sprinkled my sausages on top of the hash browns. You don't even have to put hash browns if you don't want to. You could just do the egg mixture without even the sausage if you didn't want to. You know what? I really like egg cups. So for egg cups, you just mix up your egg mixture. That's it. And then in muffin tins, you pour the egg mixture, and then you have like little egg muffins. And they're great for on the go. Like if you want a snack on the go, you can have your egg cups, 1 or 2 egg cups, a snack on the go. Or in the morning, if you're busy, like if you have a busy morning routine and breakfast kind of isn't like, it's getting kind of put to the side, or you need ideas for quick breakfast. I used to use them all the time when I was teaching. So I'd bring a couple of egg cups to school with me and I'd eat them as I was preparing for my day. So that's another idea. Then we're just gonna pour the egg mixture on top here. And
where's the world's tiniest spatula?
I believe we used that last night, didn't we?
I used it, yeah.
last night. I forget what you were using it for. I can't remember.
Salsa. I need to scoop out the salsa.
Oh, salsa. Okay. And then, do you want me to get the world's tiniest spatula?
No, you can do what you want.
It's right here. It's nice for jars. Like, we have a lot of canning. Like, we can our own salsa and spaghetti sauce and ketchup. So it's nice in mason jars for a little scooparoo. But that's it. So we're going to throw this into the oven for about an hour. You can check it after 30, 45 minutes. And then depending on your oven, you'll know that it's done. I missed 2 little guys in there. 2 little lordly sausages. I'll just throw them in. But you'll know it's done because the edges of the breakfast casserole will be brown. And there won't be any gooey egg left. But it takes about an hour. So 50 to 60 minutes about. And then, but maybe check it around like 30, 45 minutes just to make sure it's okay and cooking good. But that's it, you guys. That's the breakfast casserole. I did have a couple of other questions that came in this week that I could address as well.
Yes.
Nutrition-wise. One question came up about coconut oil when baking. So sometimes in our muffin recipes, you use melted coconut oil. And the question was, well, mine turned hard. So when I was mixing my batter, I had chunks of coconut oil. So you'll want to avoid getting chunks in your muffin batter, you'll want to make sure that you don't heat your coconut oil super hot. So if the coconut oil is hot, and then you're pouring it into your wet mixture that has cold milk and a cold egg, then it's going to go back hard. So make sure that your coconut oil has time to get kind of back to room temperature, and that you don't want to melt it super high anyway. So make sure that the coconut oil is cooled down a bit more before you put it into your mixture. But also, you can make sure that your milk and your eggs and your other wet ingredients that you're pouring the melted coconut oil into is also kind of room temperature-ish. It's not super cold. The other option, so you don't have to melt your coconut oil, is to use our MCT oil. Since we've had our own MCT oil, that's all we've used in baking. And I gotta tell you, it's made my life so much easier. I said that to Drew the other day. We were making brownies yesterday. Drew posted a little guessing game on the group here. Guess what Dorothy's making? We made sweet potato brownies yesterday. And I was pouring in the coconut oil, the MCT oil, into the batter. And I was like, oh, Drew, I just love our MCT oil. It makes my life so much easier because you're not in the jar of hard coconut oil, scooping it out and then putting it in a little bowl and then trying to melt it, you know? So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal to do that, but it is extra steps, extra time, where the MCT oil, you just grab it and pour it. Done. So if you don't have MCT oil, highly recommend this as a staple in your pantry for sure. And I saw some questions pop up, Drew.
Sandy says, shouldn't you now be removing the cooked one from the oven like on TV, Dorothy?
Yeah, I did not make 2. I didn't think that we'd be able to eat 2, Sandy. Maybe next time you can come over to eat the other one.
There was another question, wasn't there?
The other question that came in this week, and if you guys are watching and have questions, any question, I mean, this is a cooking show, so nutrition questions, but even if you have a workout question or any question that is pertains to our FitCam, feel free to ask on our lives because you've got us right here in front of you. So ask as many questions as you can while you've got us here to answer right away. The other question that came in was about bread. So the bread that we recommend, we don't recommend eating bread very often, first of all. It has become a staple in our diet that we have bread every day, and not just once a day, but multiple times a day. So breakfast you have toast, and then lunch you have a sandwich, and then at supper time you have a roll or a bun, and it's just too much. We don't need bread every day, and if we are having bread, then make sure it's something that's easy to digest. So this is the sprouted grain bread that we choose. The brand is Silver Hills. They have different varieties, all kinds of different ones, but they're sprouted, they're whole grains. This one is my favorite one, it's organic. And then they're dairy-free, vegan, and they have just nice, clean ingredients. But what happens is most companies that make bread, Wonder Bread, they use really, really cheap flour and other nonsense ingredients that will make it very hard for our bodies to digest. They often use rancid oils as well that increases inflammation in our body. So we want to stay away from those kinds of breads and move towards consuming sprouted whole grain bread. So this is the one that we love. We've been eating Silver Hills bread for years, and that's our favorite.
It's also GMO free.
GMO free, yes. Did you see that on the bag? Oh, right there. GMO free.
Should that be in the oven or not yet?
Not yet.
You want to turn the oven off?
This one is so soft. That's why I like this one the best. But because this one is organic, the Silver Hills has breads that aren't organic, and then they have some that are. It is a little bit more expensive, the organic one. So just know too that this is a high quality bread. You're not going to find it in the flyer for $1 a loaf. It's going to be in the more specialty section of the grocery store, the organic section or the healthy food section of your grocery store. Sometimes at the grocery stores it's in the freezer section, because of course they don't sell a ton of it. So then you might have to search a little bit for it. But we're not going to be having a loaf of bread a day. You're just going to have a slice or two every other day, or a couple of slices a week is what we would recommend.
Nikki says, what's your method for cooking sausage? Cook in the oven, cut first or after?
I threw these ones on, Nikki, on the stovetop in a frying pan, and I just threw them on whole. And then after they were cooked and cooled, then I used my scissors and I just snipped them into little rounds. Love my kitchen scissors. Drew makes fun of me about my kitchen scissors, but they're the best tool ever. Okay, I think that's it.
Yes, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
If you guys don't have any questions, then we will let you go here. But I think that's it. We've got workout again tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Mountain Time. We've got Tips Tuesday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Tuesday nights. Then workout again Wednesday morning, 6:30 with Drew. And then again on Friday, workout with Drew. I've been working on the February calendar. And thank you for those of you who answered in my poll. We kind of had a mix. Some people said they want a similar one to January, and then some people said they would like one that focused more on fitness. So I did a mixture, and we have some wellness stuff in there. It's about 50-50 wellness, like our January one focused on wellness, and then the February one will be about 50-50. 50-50, same kind of activities as, same but different kind of activities as January. And then the other 50% is going to be workouts and fitness. So you'll have a chance in January to do, or February, to do your 3 live workouts with Drew. And then you've got 3 more workouts on your calendar if you really want to get to it and get your fitness on. You have a chance in February to get in 5 workouts or 6 workouts if you really wanted to.
Don't scare them.
Well, they don't have. You don't have to do them all. But I'm just saying, there's some people that want to challenge themselves and amp it up. So.
And then make sure they're getting your posts up because January's ending and we gotta do our draw. So finish your calendars.
Finish your calendars. Get those posted so that we can enter you into a draw. Rhonda just popped in. Hey, Rhonda. All right, I think we're done.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Hope you have a great Sunday. And Drew, will catch you tomorrow morning.
Meal plan's up. Get your groceries, meal prepping.
Yeah, we'd love to see some grocery shopping pictures or some prep pictures. Those always make our day very much happier. Keep moving. I need the challenge to keep my momentum up. That's what Jennifer said. You betcha. We'll have another February Fit and Fabulous February challenge. How you like that title? All right, we'll catch you later, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.